Hey friends, I am so excited to show you today my ProColored DTF printer. I'm really excited because they sent it to me and I cannot wait to show you how easy it is to set up and how excited I am to start using this to build up my apparel business. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed. I've got a ton of videos coming out to prep you for the holiday season and to help you build your own handmade business to make sure you are getting consistent sales. If you are new to the direct-to-film world, this is a direct-to-film printer where you print your images onto the transfer film and then press it onto your item. I'm generally going to be using this for apparel, but I am playing around with other mediums that you can actually apply these transfers to. These printers are absolutely perfect for you if you have an apparel business. You are either still cutting, weeding, layering different vinyls, or you are ordering a lot of different transfers online. A lot of those places have minimums and the shipping really adds up every time you need to order. So having a printer like this allows you more flexibility, a quicker turnaround time, and overall just a positive thing for your business. The printer I'm going to show you today is from ProColored. It is an A3 direct-to-film printer. It has a roller feed for your transfer paper. And once you print your design, you add the powder and you bake it, so it is ready to press within a few minutes. My very first thoughts are that it is so easy to set up and I really have been enjoying using it. And through all of the tests that I have done, the transfers are great and my clothes and shirts and apparel and different things are holding up, as well as the ones that I sent out to other people to test for me. I'm going to walk you through how to set it up. It was really, really quick and easy. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to share some of my first thoughts and what I'm excited about using it for. So while this is an investment for your business, I truly 100% believe that if you are making and selling shirts and different items, you can make your money back pretty quickly. I'm going to leave a link to this specific printer that I'm using in this video and discount code Alison Crafts to save more money on this printer. So let me show you how easy it is to set up, and then I'll talk a little bit more about my initial thoughts and what I'm excited about using it for.
I wanted to show you the box that it came in. It's a sturdy box and it is heavy. We had to help the UPS guy or FedEx, I can't remember, DHL, whatever, unload this box. You get a few different supplies, a small box with supplies, your oven, and your printer. Once you open this box, you're going to need this smaller box with a lot of the different tools. Some of these tools are extras, but some of these are necessary to set up the printer for the first time, like this HDMI cable. All the black pieces are necessary. You get the USB with directions and with which allows you to also just run the program. So you're going to want to empty out this box because you're going to use it right away with the setup. The first thing you need to do is figure out where you're going to put your printer. It's not massive or like super heavy, but it is decently big and you need it close to a power source and close to your computer. So you can see me just unwrapping all of the plastic wrap. I think they did a really good job of getting it to me in one piece. You love to see it, but make sure that you're close to an outlet and close to a computer, or if you have a laptop you're going to use, then you could put it anywhere. So the first thing that we are going to do is install the roller feed. You get a roll of your transfer paper. There are 4 screws up on the top that you're going to unscrew. I'm walking through this setup pretty quickly. The whole thing took me about 35 minutes, and I get interrupted by my kids a lot, so it could take you a little bit less, but I would say it took me from start to finish about 35 minutes to be able to start using this printer. On the software drive, it does have directions for how to actually go through this step by step. So you can always plug that in and watch the videos from ProColored. They're really good and super helpful when you're setting this up. So you're adding in these 2 pieces and this metal rod that is going to hold your roll of paper. You're going to add these little black kind of stoppers, if you will, and you're going to screw that in, and it's going to hold your roll of paper in place. So you're going to push that in pretty snug, and then you're going to add on the other end. Now, the first time I did this, it wasn't like square in the middle, so I had to unscrew that left side and line it up with the actual printer. So you just want to make sure that you have it nice and centered and it rolls nicely. So then I plugged it in, my outlets on my ceiling, and then there's a button on the back of the printer that is your main power. Then I had to add in this tray, and I don't know, user error, absolutely. I could not get it in. I had tried it like 5 different times. I really don't know what my deal was, but finally I got it in and it worked. Definitely user error, but this will just help the paper feed out every time you print. So then you can see me putting the paper in the printer. In order to use this, you have to turn on the button where my thumb is right now on the left side. You can see it flashing. And then there are also 2 buttons all the way on the left side of the printer that will move the paper. So your paper feeds in. You can move the paper where my hand is now. There's like a forward button that will allow you to roll through the paper. You want to make sure that you're getting a nice roll before you move on. You can always adjust it if necessary. Again, there are videos on the USB drive from ProColored themselves. So then we need to add the ink. It goes on the right side. You can see all of them are labeled for your cyan, magenta, black, yellow, and then there are 2 white containers. I recommend using gloves. I also pulled out a piece of scrap garbage fabric to protect my workspace. I'm not wearing gloves, but do as I say, not as I do. Wear gloves because it's messy and you just don't want it to stain your hands. So you're going to go through and fill up every single ink cartridge, and you have 2 different white cartridges as well. And then you have to actually start pulling the ink through. So they give you these syringes, you stick it in and you pull out some of the ink, and then you have to discard that ink. And I just put it in one of those bottles that I just emptied, so I knew it was gonna go in the garbage anyway. So you're gonna go with each color, stick your syringe in, pull out mostly air to fill up that little plastic container with ink. Now I will say these are plastic and there's a thin little film, so please handle these with care. They do send some extras in that box, but you want to be careful so you can get this up and running as smoothly as possible. I am wiping my syringe in between each one because I didn't want to contaminate the white ink with the cyan or anything like that. So I just wiped it nice and clean before I moved to the next color. So you're just going to do this for each color. Put them down in the machine and then close the lid and you're almost ready to go. The last thing that we have to do is set up the discard ink. There's some ink that gets discarded every time you print, and that's around the back. You get a little cup and a tube, and of course I'm covering the camera, so I don't have this on there. So you're going to have to watch this part on the tutorials. But essentially, you're sticking the little cup, the tube in the lid of the cup, and it's going to sit in the back of your printer to collect any ink as it prints. And then eventually, when that's full, you will throw it away or empty the ink and then start again. So the printer or the oven I set up outside in my garage. It also needs a power source, so I plugged that in. And then on the right side, you can see the red numbers. That's, your time and your temperature. And it's already set with their powder, but you might need to switch it if you, use different supplies. The software installation is really, really easy. It comes with 2 USB devices. One is with the video instructions and tutorials and everything that you need. I believe that is the white one. So you're going to plug that in if you want to watch the videos on how to do anything. And then the blue one, you need to keep plugged into your computer to run their software, their ProRip software. Here I have a laptop. That's how I was going to start. I actually ended up buying a longer cord to use my desktop nearby. But however you want your setup, you need that blue USB staying in your computer to run the program. Here's what it looks like, the tutorials that ProColored provides. So I'm not going to go through it. Everything you need, the driver info is all on this USB drive. I keep the link to like the shortcut to the Pro Rip software right on my desktop. And this is what it looks like when you open it. It's super easy to use. I really, really like it. And my first prints honestly came out really, really good. I was very impressed with how easy it was to get started making these transfers.
So all in all, from unboxing to getting printing, it took about 35 to 40 minutes. And there are videos to watch that are super helpful. And it was just really an easy process of getting started with this printer. Now, a printer like this is a big investment, but if you are making shirts or you do make things for your business, it is a huge win, especially for me, to not have to wait to order transfers. I'd have to buy a minimum. I don't have to keep stock on hand. I can do my made to order apparel really, really quickly in the ease of my own home, which is always great. I'm super excited to keep using it. I've had it about a month now and I am loving it. There is daily maintenance you need to be aware of, which means that every day you really need to be doing a print head cleaning, which only takes a few seconds. So that hasn't been the end of the world, although I did go out of town for a couple of days and I did take a couple of days off of that print head cleaning and it worked out fine. But it is something that you should be doing every single day if you're not printing your transfers every single day. I've been doing just one head cleaning every day and then doing another one before I do any of my prints for that day. I've printed a total of like 40 transfers so far, and I've only had a few that got a little messed up while printing. So it's really consistent and really, really good in terms of the quality of the prints. All of the apparel that I've made in the last 3 weeks have been holding up. I've been trying to throw things in the wash over and over and over to make sure that they hold up, and they are, which is really awesome too. I'm going to leave a link underneath this video to where you can buy this specific printer, as well as how you can use discount code Alison Crafts to save a little bit of money. In my video next week, which I'm going to link up on your screen depending on when you're watching this, I'm going to take you through step by step how you can get your design, print your design, and press it on a sweatshirt so you can see what this looks like in real time and how quick it is. So watch that video on your screen.